A world of hurt. Meet Amy. At 13, Amy started engaging in some harmful behavior that included cutting herself. Her mother arranged for counseling. Amy disclosed to her therapist some abuse that happened early in her childhood. Why is she acting out now? Why didn't she say anything? On face value, you may come up with some quick solutions and answer to the many questions even the family may be trying to answer. But to help Amy, you may want to take a closer look at her context and her culture. Amy, what happened to you? What has happened to you versus what is wrong with you? Looking back at Amy, what could have happened to her that caused her to start harming herself? What needs could this behavior be meeting? What is she after with this behavior? What could be the root of her depression, and what can we help change that will allow her to overcome those events? Back to Amy. So thinking about Amy and the intersectionality of her identities, how might her race be important in understanding her and her family's struggles and strengths? What role might being Black or Hispanic or gay play in addressing her needs? What stressors might her family be facing if they did not have legally documented immigration status or were refugees from a war-torn country? How might poverty create complexity for any number of identities? Amy's story. Amy, age 13. Amy was abused as a toddler by her stepfather a few times and by two other men one time each. Both men were acquaintances of her stepfather. At the age of 6, she was fondled by a neighbor. He moved away, which she said made her feel relieved and glad. Again, at the age of 12, a family friend fondled her. She was too ashamed and embarrassed to tell him to stop, or to tell anyone what he had done. She simply avoided him. As a teenager, Amy started engaging in some harmful behavior that included cutting herself. Her mother arranged for counseling. Amy disclosed to her therapist. Amy was allowed to remain in the custody of her mother. Her stepfather was court-ordered to have no contact with Amy until he was assessed and followed all of the therapist's recommendations.